Today, we'd like to introduce to you our latest product line, the Shockwave, by Utility Solutions Plumbing Equipment. The Shockwave is a wave pulse generator that creates a controlled water hammer, allowing you to locate any water pipe underground or in walls. Best of all, it's made right here in the US. The Shockwave features a 1 to 4 second timing control, both Milwaukee M18 and DeWalt 20-volt battery adapters, a 24-volt DC power supply, LED indicators, and all necessary hookup hoses. Paired with your favorite leak detector, we like our very own LD Pro, mapping out underground pipe and pipe in walls, even plastic, has never been easier. Let's go see one in action. So, you're at the property and want to map out some water lines and manifolds. Let's see just how easy this is. First, let's hook up the inlet hose to the Shockwave as shown. With the Quick Connect hooked up, let's move over to the outlet side. Next, we can hook up the optional discharge hose to the outlet side of the Shockwave. With the discharge hose hooked up, we can now direct the flow of water exiting the Shockwave. Next, we can hook up the inlet hose to a convenient hose bib on the property. It is best to hook up to a hose bib that is not too near where we'll be locating indoors. Next, turn on the water at the hose bib, and we can move back to the unit and turn it on. The Shockwave offers 3 power adapter options, all built in with every unit. We can hook up the Milwaukee M18, a DeWalt 20-volt, or a regular DC power supply, which would hook up to a wall outlet. For today's demonstration, let's use the DeWalt adapter. First, we'll slot in the battery to its appropriate adapter, making sure it clicks in securely. Next, we'll press the power button on the back of the adapter to connect the battery to the system. You should see the light turn green. Now we're ready to go locate some pipes. Let's go inside and see if we can find one. With the Shockwave running, we now have a controlled and predictable water hammer in the pipes. Let's use the LD Pro leak detector to find them. We can now hear the Shockwave here and see it on the dial. As we move closer, the sound increases and the meter movement is more pronounced. Now this feels like a very strong spot. As we move away from this spot, the meter shows less of a reading and the sound decreases. And as we move along the line, we see the sound and meter remaining fairly stable. That is the direction the pipe is going. As you can see, we've laid out some pennies along the ground to give a visual representation of where that pipe is and where we found it under the slab. When the job is complete, be sure to power down the Shockwave prior to turning off the water at the hose bib. Now that you've seen it in action, you may be asking, why 3 models? The Shockwave S is for normal single-family size properties. The Shockwave X model is for larger properties, including duplexes and larger homes with pools. The Shockwave HD is for large commercial, multifamily, or agricultural properties only. It is not recommended for single structure or single unit properties. So, why the Shockwave? Firstly, it's the most efficient way to locate non-metallic pipes underground and in walls with no need to cut manifolds. Furthermore, it is still a very intuitive way to find copper pipes. Energized line tracing can be difficult, and as we've all experienced, never fun when the signal latches on to some buried rebar. That is never an issue with the Shockwave. Lastly, the price. We're not going to mention the exact price in this video as it is subject to change over time, but it is more affordable than most line tracers and easier to use, especially if you have previous leak detection experience. You can find the Shockwave, the LD Pro leak detector, and all of our other products at usplumbingequipment.com. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Our number one goal is to make sure that you are equipped for any job that you might run into.